Hey, this is just a really quick, candid video for all of you guys who are thinking about, and gals who are thinking about joining our team. And you're a new loan officer. Maybe you just got licensed. Maybe you're working on getting your license. Maybe you're thinking about becoming a loan officer someday. Maybe you're a loan officer with like 30 years of experience, and for some reason your business has fizzled out. And you need to restart. You need to push the reset button and get back to basics. This is the video for you. It's gonna be super candid. We're gonna do it all in one take. And as you can see in the background, I'm not even using like all my cool like lighting equipment or green screen or anything, right? Because I wanted this to be 100% just raw, honest look at what this entails, right? So there's been a huge industry mix-up, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of loan officers in your situation, right? They're either new or they're restarting, or maybe they're transitioning from the call center to retail to the call center, refinance to purchase to something else. And for those of you who don't have a book of business, what I'm going to ask you to do for just a minute is anybody who's got a big pride, we're going to take that pride, we're just going to table it over here for a second, because it's tough right now, right? I've been in the business for over 20 years. I've been in production pretty much all of that time, right? Whether I was managing large ops teams or managing large sales teams, there is kind of that give and flow with this business, right? And we're in the kind of takeaway method of that business, right? So we got thousands of people just washing out. They're looking for jobs. They're trying to find a home, and they're struggling, right? And a lot of people, there's the cans and the can'ts and the wills and the won'ts, right? So there are the people who can do this business and the people who can't do this business, right? And so that eliminates, a good portion of people right there. And then there's the people who will do the business and the people who won't do the business. So I hope if you're watching this video, you're the people who you will do the activities it takes to be successful. Because the days of being on the phone and being like, hey, you're at a 5% interest rate, would you like a 2% interest rate? Those are gone right now. You got to hustle. You got to chase the business. You got to get turned down a lot. You got to get out of your comfort zone. So if you're a brand new loan officer or no book of business loan officer, right? You don't have, when I say no book of business, you don't have 2 deals or more coming in per month, then what we really need to do is we need to look at getting you set up with one of our vendors, right? And basically it's a call team. And what this team does is they outbound constantly on leads. And you will get turned down a ton, right? So if you, we got a dialing system, it calls 80 people an hour, and you're going to be dialing all day long, talking with people. You're going to have somebody on the phone every 3 to 5 minutes. Your goal is to overcome those objections and have a meaningful conversation, and then transfer them to a loan officer. If you're like, Dave, I hate making outbound calls, it's okay. It's okay. This industry's been really easy the last 5 years. We haven't needed to do this. We haven't needed to really get out there and prospect. And so that's why I wanted to have a real heart-to-heart with all of y'all, because if you have zero book of business and you think that you can magically get back to a couple $100,000 a year, it's tough if you're not willing to prospect. It's easy if you're willing to, right? Can, or will and won't, right? If you've got the will to do it, right? And then you also have to have the skill set. So that's what we're looking for, right? The people who have the mindset and the people who have the skill set to be able to do the cans versus the can'ts. There's a lot of can't people in our market right now. And it's because we've been hiring like mad. If you had a pulse, you had a job. If you had a license, anywhere was going to hire you for 6 figures. And now all those people are washing out right now. And we want to capture the talent. So we don't want you to wash out, right? We want to give you an opportunity, but we can't hire you on as a loan officer, because what'll happen in a purchase world, you don't have a book of business, right? Now, if you're funding a couple of deals a month, you've got a book of business, right? That means that you've got a little bit of time to make a paycheck, right? So in this purchase business, and I'm just being honest here, guys, I'm not going to give you the fluff that all the other recruiters are going to give you, because they're paid to hire you and I'm not, right? So basically what happens is you get on if you don't have a book of business and you come over and you're a loan officer with us, right? You're making these calls, you're prospecting, you're doing whatever it takes to survive. These people that you're qualifying today might not find a house for 2-3 months, right? And then it's 30 days to it's 30 days to be able to close on the home, and then it's another 2 weeks before you're paid. So there's a big gap right there, right? And a lot of people are going to raise their hand right there and say, hey, I don't have the ability to go 1, 2, 3, 4 months without income. And hey, I don't want to hire a bunch of people who I'm going to buy them a laptop, give them benefits, and spend thousands of dollars on them if they can't survive during this time. So this is about survival for those of you without a book of business, right? And so the way that you survive is we put you up with one of our vendors, right? They're absolutely amazing. They're going to teach you how to sell on the phone so you can work remote. Sure, you can go out and prospect for realtors on your free time, but that's really not, because everybody's doing it right now, right? You're one person in like a bajillion people, if that's a word, bajillion, right? That's out prospecting and trying to get in with the realtors, right? You got way so much competition, and we're going to teach you how to get in with that, but it's going to take some time, right? If you were really good at that, you'd have a book of business. Just right, we're taking our pride, we're putting it to the side, right? And so here's the deal, right? You're going to be dialing all day long, and you're going to be transferring these to people who are senior loan officers, and you're going to learn from them, right? You're going to get paid on commission basis. You're going to be 1099 employees, and you're going to not 1099 employees, 1099 contractors, right? I want to reaffirm that, right? Contractors, you're strict commission. Why? Because you're going to be strict commission when you're a loan officer anyways, right? And so you're going to be compensated for the people that you send through, the qualified lead transfers, right? Now, if you decide, hey, I love this, I'm good at making the calls, I'm good at building relationships, I'm good at getting referrals, then we begin you on the senior loan officer path, right? You get to take in a lot of leads that you've already transferred over, and those become your pipeline, but you got to prove yourself for at least 90 days, right? Because it's going to take that long for you to build a pipeline anyhow. So you really are going to be on the phones. You're going to be rejected constantly. Can you tell I'm not trying to sell this, right? I want to make sure that we're with the right people, right? The Kens and the Wills, the Kens and the Wills, right? I want to make sure that we got that right person. And you're going to be rejected constantly, absolutely constantly. And you got to realize that you got to talk to, I'm just throwing out some random numbers here, right? You gotta make 100 calls to talk to 20 people, for 10 people to be interested, for 5 people to be qualified, for one person that actually is a qualified candidate. So I mean, you're making 100 calls, and you really only have 1 or 2 people that are solid buyers that you need to follow up with, right? And you don't have to worry about the follow up because the loan officer will do that. But I'm just kind of throwing some numbers out there. So the margin, it's like baseball, right? The margin of wins the losses, right? Is you got to fail 98% of the time just for those 2 wins. Now, those 2 wins are going to be what builds your career, right? So you know from being a loan officer, if you write a loan a day, you're doing pretty good. At a loan a day. I don't know, you might be in a call center that pays you like 10 basis points. So, but in our world, if you're doing a loan a day, you're doing really, really, really well, right? But this position as the contractor with our vendor, right? This isn't a 6-figure job. This is a training job. This is training for 90 days or 6 months or a year, or as long as it takes until you can and you will, right? We're looking for those 2 elements, right? And when those 2 stars align and your productivity goes through the roof, then yeah, I mean, we want to promote you. We will hire you on to our team, and we'll shower you with praise and more leads and incoming calls and everything else, right? It becomes easy. But you gotta dig through the dirt before you get to the diamonds. Does that make sense? I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh man, this is crazy, and they've clicked off by now, and that's a good thing, because really, our industry is going through a change, like it did in the early 2000s, 2008. It redid it again. It had a little hiccups between then and now, but really, the last 5 years have been great. But what happened is, those of us who stayed in it, like, yeah, 2008 washed out 90% of our competitors out there, right? Washed out the employer that I worked for. But then after that, it became very good, very lucrative to be a loan officer again. And because nobody was doing it. We didn't have the competition we have today, right? So right now you're battling against high competition, low inventories. So it's kind of the perfect storm that's going to wash out 90% of the people, and we don't want it to wash you out. We want to wrap our arms around you, and we want to help you out, and we want to give you the chance to build that skill set to help you become super duper successful. So if you like this video, if you're still watching, you're the type of person that we really would like you to be a part of our farm team, for instance, right? Before you get to the major leagues, we're going to put you into the minor leagues, and we're going to train you, we're going to love on you, but 90% of it's going to be you, right? Your success in this business, like I can teach you to do everything. I've been in it forever, right? But I can't like babysit, right? You're a grown person and an adult, right? I'm an adult. We need to take a responsibility, right? So your career path is up to you, right? Your paycheck is up to you. Your ability to move up and get promoted is up to you. The person in your mirror is your boss, not me. I've got the fancy title, but as you can see, I'm here in my home office. I'm wearing a polo shirt or whatever, right? I'm not your boss. The person in the mirror is your boss. I am the guy that my team, not me, my entire team has put together this amazing program to get you from zero to hero, right? But it's not a get rich quick. If you want to get rich quick, pay $10,000, click on that weird Facebook ad and get your identity stolen. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's a joke. I hope you laughed. It's my weird sense of humor. There are no good get rich quick schemes. It normally involves hard work, creativity, and talent. And we can help you with that. We can definitely help you with that if you're working to work hard on this side, and if you're just even a little bit talented on that side, we can combine them and make you a powerhouse. But you gotta follow the recipe. So I hope this is a video. You've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can decide now, hey, this is for me. Hey, maybe it's not for me. Hey, I don't know if I want to start back off at the bottom. I don't know if I want to have just, minimum income job based solely on commission until I'm trained up. I don't know if I want to do that. Then this isn't the time to enter this career. But if you're like, hey, I'll make 1,000 calls a day. Hey, I'm good at overcoming objections. Yes, I want to be a salesperson. Yes, I want to be my own boss and control my paycheck. And I want you, Dave and Joe and Tam and all these other people to be my coaches, right? We're your coaches. We're the ones with the fancy titles, but that's just because we've been in it a while. If you say yes to all those things, then we want you as part of the team. We'll do our best to make you successful, but in the end, who's the person that makes you successful? You. So, hey, hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.